In the bar. It's working out. I know my the audio.
Push that music down there.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta teach y'all. Which house? You gotta teach y'all. Somebody's holding the camera.
Yeah, I know.
Second Peter 3:9. The Lord Yahweh is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but all should come to repentance.
Yeah, come, because we come in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America and the uprising of the elect of Israel, right? And some men count slackness towards it, you know? Just because it hasn't happened immediately or on their time frame, they lose patience and count
Wow.
Bring it up.
I gotta walk this.
Yeah, like this.
I gotta bag it up. Bag it up with it.
You got it in a nice spot.
There we go.
All right. You gonna hold camera?
The door out to the whole
Okay,
camera.
come. Go in some more. Yeah, brothers can stretch. Yeah, there we go. But he gonna be on camera anyway, so he cool. Yeah, I just do a brother open up with Psalms 133. We'll just go start with the brotherhood, beauty, the beauty of the brotherhood, and then we just let the spirit go from there. We know, whatever we go. Any brother had anything on their spirit they want to speak first, or?
I had on my mind. I had how Jake is going knucklehead.
Okay. Well, you can open up speaking, and then we just, you know what I'm saying? If you had something on your spirit you want to go ahead and speak, yeah, you can do that, bro. Yeah, we just gonna go higher with the spirit take.
Shalom. Shalom. All right, first and foremost, before we get started, we give all honor and glory and power to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash.
I take that for honor to our elders, our great apostles, great strong rulers, teach them, they great example to Israel, mainly the elect. Say peace and blessing of the on the forefront, peace and sincerely, they great song. We come here, you know what I'm saying, to the quick lesson, to the spirit of power, I hope we be edified or let it loud down. Well,
what we see going on in America right now, man, is you're starting to see judgment on a high level. You're starting to see a lot of our people, especially y'all women out there, y'all getting put to death. On a high level, higher level than it was when I was growing up. And the more you sit there and you tell Jake, what the deal is, what he need to do, the more hard-headed he get, the more rebellious he get. So my brother could grab, I believe Jeremiah 30. 30. Start at the first chapter.
30, I'll start verse 4. This is Jeremiah 30 and 4. And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah.
For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace.
So we're not in a peaceful state here in Babylon, man. You know, we're not in a position to where you should be trying to go kumbaya to your enemy going hand in hand, man. You know, because judgment is being laid down in Babylon. Right now, Jake, you should be trying to get your act together.
48 and 22, it says, there is no peace, said the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, unto the wicked.
Woo! See? So Jake, you in a mind state of wickedness constantly. Like, you know, we're starting to see the society collapse as a whole, things starting to fall apart. And where your mind at, man? You're in the most wickedest of things, man. Killing brothers, killing men at gas stations, shooting people up with Burger King burgers, you know, women getting just raped, women twerking coming down the street. You know, it's madness. This is madness, and the closer we get to the end, the madder it gets, man. You see in Atlanta, you know, at least where we are, man, we just vexed with the men trying to be women, the women trying to be men. It's ridiculous, man. You know, and it's continuing to get worse and worse. And while we out here giving you the warning, you know, we warning you, you're not taking this, you're not heeding the warning.
What did Yahweh Shai say? He said, I come not to send peace on earth. But what? So?
Yeah.
See, so the Lord ain't even bringing peace, man. He bringing destruction. That was the brother just read. All right, they're talking about Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, he coming for blood, man.
I got one. Go ahead, you got it. Second Ezra 15. Beautiful. That's what I had. 5. Okay. Second Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For what?
So that's better known as what? Jacob Trumpet. The beginning of Jacob Trumpet. The beginning of our evil times, man. As fast as approaching upon this earth.
Could you move up a couple verses where it says, let not the incredulity of them trouble you?
Second Ezra starting at, it's like Second Ezra 15 starting at the top. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
You see that? The Lord gave us, he gave the prophets, he said, hey, speak in the ears of the children of Israel. Why do you think we coming out here, man? We coming out here to put this warning out to you. The words of prophecy, things that would surely come to pass. Continue on about the God.
What the scripture say? Blow ye the trumpet in Zion.
Yeah.
You know, sound no alarm by holy mountain. That's what we're doing. We're blowing the trumpet. Just giving warning to our people of the incoming danger that's about to happen, man. Yeah, Malachi. The day of the Lord.
Yeah. That's crazy. I had that spirit. I had that definition of incredulity pulled up.
Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
The Holy Scriptures. They're written down. Everything is written in there. That's why I said, blessed is him who readeth. Because you know exactly what's going on if the Lord, the Spirit of Yahweh Shai is on you, and you read these scriptures and watch like you're supposed to, you're going to know what's going on. You're going to know what time it is.
Right.
Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
You see? So we get, you know, these brothers just told us how, you know, they got pushed off the corner. You know, we in the ATL, we got pushed off the corner. You know, hey, the scripture said, let not the imaginations of them, you know, that go against you do anything, man. Don't let it work. Don't let it fear put you in the mind of trouble, man. Don't fear that.
And don't let it affect you.
Yeah. And then you go into that word incredulity. It means the state of being unwilling or unable to believe something. So Jake don't want to believe his truth.
That's just a lot of people there.
That's why they got to go. You know. So Jake is in an unbelieving state. You know, you sit there and believe that Esau can heal you when you go to, you know, get these so-called medicines out here, and then you get, it's nothing but a Band-Aid. You be on these pills forever and ever and ever. You don't question that. But then when it comes to the Lord to giving you instructions and telling you what to do, you want to put all that stuff into question. When this devil got a track record of failure, you know, he got a track record of 100% failure.
More and more. But it ain't no demon on the earth. back into it until you get it again. But it's a spirit on that fucking man. It's witchcraft.
Yeah. And then when you go into that word, since the brother had mentioned it, when you go into that word pharmaca or pharmakeia, it goes back to the word witchcraft. You see? So pharmacy, when you go into that, to the history of pharmacy, that means witchcraft. They putting spells on people, man. And you falling right into the trap. You got it out.
Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value.
You see? Physicians of no value, because everything that Esau Edom forges up and he gives you is a lie. Everything is shrouded in deceit. You know, it's always like a trick move. Every single time he'll say he's going in this direction and hit you with the trap move, and then once he hits you with the trap move, he'll go in the opposite direction and you're trapped already. You know, a lot of our people are already trapped what's going on by what's going on right now. You know, I ain't gonna say it because, you know, YouTube be striking people's pages for saying certain stuff. But I'm gonna say it like this: all y'all people out here who ran to Esau in the time of what's going on, y'all gonna feel it, man. Y'all gonna feel it if you know what I mean in the very near future. You know, because you want to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And somebody can get it. Isaiah 30. You want to trust in that. You know, you want to sit there and trust in our oppressor. You know, and not trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You got it out.
2 Ezra 15, verse 4. See, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
You see, there are things coming up the pike. The writing is clearly on the wall. We got famines, we got plagues and pestilences, we got war, we got a martial law. All that stuff is not coming. It's here. We're in the beginning stages of it. You know. Yeah, and you're seeing that right now. As it says in Habakkuk, woe to him that laid himself with thick clay, man. The debt in the U.S. of A. is astronomically high, right? And if you don't know how money works, it's something called inflation, right? And every time they engage in quantitative easing, which is the printing of currency without something backing it, it inflates the currency that's in circulation. All right? That's what it does. So when you go to the store to buy meat, you go to the store to buy food, the price is astronomically higher as it was a short time prior to that.
Gas.
You know, gas, everything. And you don't understand, and that's all connected to the famine that the Lord is bringing upon the earth. You got it out.
Wow.
I got a quick one for you, bro. This is 2 Ezra 16 and verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. It is like the brother was going into basic supply and demand, man. You know what I'm saying? If you put a high level of supply into anything, then it reduces the level of scarcity. So that makes it less valuable. You see what I'm saying? But according to the scriptures and according to biblical prophecy, see, Edom Esau, the so-called white man, is going to cloud the minds and judgments of our people by making a warm, cushy world for them, man. You see what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you know, when it's all said and done, Edom Esau going to bring forth a great solution, so to speak, to implement stamp this so-called New World Order agenda. It's going to result in the MOD, man.
Order out of chaos.
Born out of chaos. That's what the devil doing. Why? Because he is that serpent that the Bible speaks of, man. He is that crafty serpent. See? He is the devil. Esau evil. Like the so-called white man the Bible speaks of, man. See? But it's all done through the power of the Yahweh Shem Shai, because guess what? It was already predestined, man.
He's finna carry out the wrath of the Most High.
Yeah,
He was set up for this day. According to Proverbs 16:4. So the Lord had made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. That word evil means ill times.
Yeah, up to bag that, huh? That when we know Esau will be done away with after execute the Most High being.
Then he fulfill his purpose.
Yeah. So it's all working in the hands of Yahweh Shem Shai anyway. So once Esau do that, then that's when he no more wanting.
Right. Yep. You know, Esau, he want to use things up. Chiefly the next to Israel, use them up and do away with them. But Heavenly Father is going to do that to you.
Ecclesiastes Sirach 39 verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the Lord the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
In prophecies. Because as the brother was saying, everything that's going on right now, all the stuff that Esau doing, those are according to the prophecies of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, the scriptures say that the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. You see? So Esau think that he the one pushing the buttons and stirring everything up, but it's not him. It's Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So us as men in the Lord that are given over to the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we're our minds occupied in prophecy. You know, we want to know what time it is.
Back up on that prophecy, Revelation, speak about Yahushua. This is Revelation. All right.
19 to 10.
This is Revelation 19 to 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou doest not, I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy.
See, you got it up.
No, yeah, but that's just to bag you up.
Yeah,
It's all about who? Yahushua, man. The coming of our Lord and Savior, man. Who the word even called Jesus Christ. His name is Yahushua in the Hebrew, the Lashon Mokadasmi in the Holy Tongue, man. This is our true power, man.
Yeah.
And guess what? He on the way back to deliver and to destroy, man.
And that's who we supposed to be testifying of.
Yeah.
And the people in this world, they testify of the works of Satan.
That's right.
See, we supposed to be testifying of the judgments, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Heavenly Father, so that ultimately we can attain salvation and live in a world of righteousness versus the state that the condition of the world is in now is just utter and total chaos and confusion. You know, nobody knows. You got it, bro.
I'm gonna say, like, just back at the point, that this testimony is gonna lead to our salvation.
That's what's gonna lead to.
Revelation the 12th chapter said they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, by the words of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death.
Yep.
Because the wrath that's coming upon the earth, we're gonna be in the midst of it.
Yep.
You know, but Job the 5th chapter says he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 shall no evil touch thee. All because of what we're doing now. All because of our faith, our hope, our expectation, our faith in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and the work that we're putting in because we truly believe upon Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Yahweh Ratazah is going to lead to our deliverance. We ain't worried about what's coming to the earth. We look forward to what's coming to the earth. Why? Because this is the year, 2021?
Yep.
Hastening into the coming of the day of the Lord.
That's
So we
right.
know all these things have to come to pass for us to enter into the glorious kingdom of Yahushai, man.
That's what the Lord said. He said, if we're not, because all these things got to happen.
Right.
You have to.
All
It's
these
Revelations
things
2.
come to pass.
Yep.
Yep, matter of fact, go and grab that.
The Revelation what?
I think it's Revelations 2 and 10.
Alright. It's
Yeah.
Revelation 2.
And you
And
listen
10.
to what the angel,
Yep.
you listen to what the angel told Apostle John. He said, see that thou doest not. And that's the system that this world is accustomed by, worshiping angels, worshiping false gods, worshiping idols. You see what I'm saying? But see, we had to understand and to know that these angels in heaven, these are our brothers, man. You know? Just like we was going to open up talking about dwelling together in unity. Well, the unity of the whole the whole setup that Yahweh Shem Yahushua set up for us is for us brothers on earth to each have angels that watch after us, man. So it's like it's brothers around us that y'all don't even see on camera, because it's a hedge around us from the spirit of power Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, and you look at the world. What do they worship? They worship the beast. They worship the beast in the system of the beast, which also has angels. You know, but we ought to fear who? He say, see that thou doest not, worship the Most High. Right? Go ahead, bro.
Going back to Ecclesiastes, the whole duty of man is to what?
And keep his commandments, yeah.
This is Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
And as long as you suffer for righteousness' sake, it's beautiful. All right, as long as you're not suffering as an evildoer. See, this is the purge. We've been going through the purging process.
Yes.
You know, pre-COVID-19. So like you gotta watch what you say, pre-CV19. You know, so when that hit, man, we was in the zone. It was cool with us. And while these people thinking things don't go back to normal, while they preaching peace and safety, we know what's going to happen.
Sudden destruction coming upon them.
See what moves Esau Edom gonna make before he even puts him into action? We be telling this devil what he gonna do.
Yeah.
Why? Because we had the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
Because you look at President Joe Biden all the time where he giving you niggas holidays to, you know, pretty much destroy your mind from prophecy and what's really at hand. Back door, he working out a deal to throw you niggas in a concentration camp if you don't take the thing, right? So it's all the while he's setting up to try to, because it's a scripture in Job that says that he gonna seek to please the poor with the work of his own hands. He pretty much gonna try to please the poor, but it also say secretly he thinking of how to throw you in a pit. And that's real legislation that they working, that everybody don't get the thing by 2022.
Hey, behind closed doors.
They're gonna throw you in a concentration camp, man.
Yeah. Hey,
You know?
you know, like you're saying, because they got the George Floyd statue.
Right.
What the fuck they gonna solve?
Right.
Who did they please?
But that's pacifying Jake. That's all about keeping Jake further oppressed. We'll say what? A gift destroyed the heart. You know? So he gave you niggas your own national holiday. Juneteenth. You know, and Jake hyped about that shit, you know?
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is
Go
ahead.
Come. Revelation 2 and 10.
And it says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
Right, so you know who that's targeting. Because just as well as they making legislation, they really want to elect. You know? Because they already been, you know, having councils about us, you know, BHI, Black Hebrew, Israelite, you know, and they, you know, they label us terrorists, you know, because they already know they already know through Spirit by Yahweh Shem Shah that we not finna take the thing. So that's exhortation for us in these times. For some of us who'll be cast into prison. Fear not.
That was like bro said, it's like prison. You want to deal with martial law?
And FEMA, you know, was just now activated, and FEMA got more power than the presidency. The president is just a dummy office now, man. They don't even make any of the rules really. That come down from FEMA. And a lot of y'all don't realize they've been building FEMA since the 50s, man. Putting legislation in place. They've been building FEMA for the days to come in the near future.
And it says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And that's what we gotta do, man. Hold fast what I have, and what no man take thy crown. That's why we gotta endure all things for his legs sake. Because when you playing basketball trying to get on the team, or football is trying to get on the team, it feels good to suffer. You know what I'm saying? You got something to fix to get hit, running up and down the square. So you got all that pain because you're trying to take the team. In the spirit. We're doing all we can to what? Get that crown, get that salvation. So the suffering feels good. So we can lay down in life like, yeah, I put the word in. You feel good about yourself.
Yeah, man. It's a certain satisfaction that you get.
I'm doing something. So did a brother got one that you get?
It's cleansing. You know, it's just like the satisfaction of you taking a shower after a long, dirty day. Every day we're in this world, we walking through a world of wickedness. The only thing that cleanses our spirit is doing this work.
Right.
Yep, it's 1 Corinthians chapter 9, I'm going to start at verse 24. It says, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain.
That's what we're doing. We're running with it, man. Just like a kick-out return, man. The Lord gave us His word. All right, trying to what? Make it to the finish line, man. Touchdown, man. It's the kingdom of heaven. So with all, we got to continue to run that race, man.
We're coming into that final stretch. That final round, man, when you got to dig deep.
You gotta dig deep.
Give it all you got.
Yep, you gotta give it to all, man. Scripture said, whatever you put your hands to, do it with all thy might.
That's right. But them demons, you gotta remember these demons gonna come and try to suppress us more harder and harder and harder as we get closer and closer to the kingdom, man.
But it says, Simon, Satan have desired to sift you as wheat. The word sift means siniazo, which means to agitate you, to overthrow your faith. Inward agitation to overthrow your faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. You know?
It's just Satan, that's who he used to sift.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he told Peter. Satan has desired to sift you. You you know.
But I had faith in that faith fail not.
Yep.
But now it's converted, strengthen thy brother.
That's right.
Do what? Do these words.
That's right.
Another with these words. Yep. I got a little more in this. Verse 25 says, every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
We understand. We understand this shit ain't gonna last forever, man. So we gotta get it while the getting is good.
Yeah.
You know? All this shit gonna burn out, man.
They say be as one that use the world and not abuse it. So being temperate in all things is mean everything you're doing outside of this truth, you need to have some sort of control and prioritization about it.
Discipline.
Discipline. That's the thing. That's what he said. You can't be my disciple. Pretty much. If you're not disciplined, you don't bear your cross.
You see this? It's like
I was just gonna say because the things that we do in the world is pretty much a cross. The things that we have to bear, whether it be certain family members, certain elements, certain jobs. Every brother got something that they got to deal with in order to, live and really give their life to Yahweh at the same time. Because it really a prophet got like you say, Superman Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? That's why he say, I see you out as sheep in the midst of wolves, be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. You got it, bro.
it says, every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown.
Yeah. See, they doing. Cause they want the standards of this world.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Cause they feel like they ain't shit if the society don't tell them they something. You know what I'm saying? Cause even Jake say you ain't shit if you not. You know what I'm saying? They live it up for this society. We trying to live it up for your how about you We come out here and warn our people and tell them the same thing. Return from your evil ways, man. Go evil doing. If not, you're gonna be cut off the track with that. By the time I'm new professor.
It says, now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
Right. We in the incorruptible crown. We trying to get the what? We trying to get the heaven. See? We ain't trying to come back and keep you hurting. We want to go on that first class trip. See? They just for us because forever.
Yep, forever.
It's heaven, man.
Right. You see, the thing about the corruptible crown is, you know what I mean? It fades away.
That's right.
Yep. It's gonna be another great boxer. It's gonna be another great hooper.
Right. It's gonna be another LeBron James.
Those who still so stiff for the name of the Lord, man, they're gonna be referenced forever.
That's right.
Ain't gonna be no light thing. The thing that we doing now, this ain't light.
They not getting them tall ass trophies and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. But what's gonna happen when your house shot come back? That shit gonna burn.
Yep.
So really what? It's for nothing.
Yep.
All for nothing.
Yeah, it's all vanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what we doing is the true legacy.
Yep.
This was gonna be glorified in the earth. Those that upheld and stood stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shah. And when you go into the word legend, as a matter of fact, it tells you that legend represents the lives of the saints when you look it up in the etymology. So the true legends, right? Because really, that incorruptible crown is immortality. So a person who lives forever, his legacy never dies.
Right.
So that's the true legend. That's the true legend.
Hey, that's how you know you have a shot legacy.
It's still here.
It's never died.
Yeah.
You just came in and bought him a what?
The book.
You know?
Yep.
Pretty far.
Verse 26, a couple more verses. It says, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight. I not as one that beateth the air.
Yeah, you can't really want to beat her out doing for nothing.
Yep.
So you know how you be seeing Jake shadow boxing and shit. You gotta get somebody in front of you, man. And somebody in front of you representing your trial and tribulation. To try you to test your faith.
It's just like you was talking about, like you look at the truth as you caught the kickoff. Well, when you run for the goal line, you got adversaries, you got opponents, opposition. And you gotta like just through the spirit, you gotta know how to move. You gotta know when to jump. You gotta know, when to turn on the speed. Slow down.
Stiff arm. You gotta know how to follow the blocker.
Yep, follow the block. Yeah.
All that for a corruptible crown, though. It says, verse 27, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
And that's what
you gotta keep the flesh into subjection.
That's right.
Temperate in all things, man, because this society teaches you to be insatiable.
Yes.
Eat as much as you want,
Yes.
drink as much as you want, overindulge in the flesh. You can sleep wherever you want. You know, this society doesn't teach discipline. This is a do as thy will type of place, man. You know, a place that just basically feeds your belly, have you thinking you're a god of yourself.
That's why it's the Lord that said the love of the world is enmity with the Most High.
Yep.
All in the world is pretty much the deeds of the flesh.
Yep.
You know, lust of the eye, pride of life. You know, and Jay can't see past the flesh. You know, he can't see what's good for his spirit. All you know is what feels good to him. You know, those temple things.
You gotta watch it. It's not
Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
It said, not come to serve me, but
That's all the temptation.
You know, we all signed up for this, man. So we know something. Like the brother said, it's better to suffer for theirs than what he's doing. Because I suffer for a better cause, man. That's our salvation. 2/3, it's what they're doing destruction. See? They're doing everything 2/3 are doing it, they're doing it in vain, man. So we got the upward, man.
You look at the life of a so-called successful Jake in America. Their thing is to go to school, go to college, you know, get 8 years degree and whatever profession it may be, right? You know, then get this illustrious career where they making 6 figures or more. You know, get the big house, the picket fence, you know. But it's a whole lot of energy that goes into accomplishing those things. You just think about all the classes and shit they go through, the vanity of all these different books and philosophies that they have to indulge in. And really, it's just a fucking, like we always talk about a hamster on the wheel. It's just a loop. It's just one big loop to get you to something that they could have just pretty much showed you. Which that's how the brother talk about all the time. Like the people that got these jobs, most of them never went to college. Like these high level CEO executive positions, they inherited it. You know, they inherited. You know, Esau, CEO of Fortune 500 company. You don't hire who you know. You give a damn about how many years you went to school, and you will see a lot of Jakes that did all of that, and then they end up doing something else. Don't even have nothing to do with the degree that they got. You know.
She worked at Burger King.
Right.
But she got her bachelor and master.
Yeah.
She ended up working at
She managing Burger King.
Yeah, because they like every job she tried to apply for, like she was
Overqualified. Because that's the shit that they hit you with when they don't want to hire you. And now you know who that's applied to. That's applied to Jake. Because they like, oh, so he think he's something. I still got the right to deny you just by hitting you with some bullshit. What is overqualified? Like really, that don't even make sense. What is that?
You know too much.
You know too much. So shit.
Yeah. That's how you know that's the devil, man. He saw evil. You know, you tell about people, they done learned the trace of this devil, man. You know?
Like you slick trying to say you too good for him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you too good for me.
I can't train.
Come on,
you
man.
already trained.
Get out of here.
That man, what Esau trying to do, he trying to train our people.
But that's why his economy is crashing the way it is now. See, with all of that, what's the word you use? Quantitative easing, pretty much dumping money into this society at an exponential rate. What you see is Jake not going to jobs. Now you got people that at McDonald's, like you got the McDonald's trying to bribe Jake to come to work. You get a free iPhone. We gonna pay you $50 just to come to the interview.
They said McDonald's like they started to get paid $15 an hour.
Yeah.
And they doing that across the board with a lot of companies out here. And Jake don't want to work because Jake getting that stimmy money.
And that PPP loan.
Yeah, and also they get tired. They get tired. And then you look at the managers and bosses, all of them old. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they always say, let me be so. That's what really got out of jobs, man. Dealing with the women and the men.
I got a quick precept. This is 2 Peter 3 and 11. I'm going to start at verse 10. It's 2 Peter 3 and 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
What is that great noise that the heavens going to pass away? What you're talking about, America, all right, this aside that Esau Edom, all right, his rulership, we're talking about the world, we're talking about Esau rulership. It's going to pass away with a great noise by what? Thermonuclear missile, along with the chariot that shoot the laser beams, man. So this included what? Yahweh shine our angels. Go ahead.
It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Going back to what the nuclear warheads, man. Along with the concentrated fire, they're going to melt. Nobody said who should not utter be beaten to power at his presence. You seen Space Jam, One of the World. Shouldn't they hit him with the laser beam? They turn to ashes, man. See? Go ahead.
God. And it says, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Right, everything that Esau built is going to be what? It's going to be towed down by thermonuclear missiles. And then when the Lord said Obadiah, he said what they shall build and what? And that was towed down. See, because Esau trying to build the new world order. But what the Lord going to do, he's going to intervene and break all that shit down. You see? And when they say, come and sit on the dust, come and sit in the ground, old daughter Virgin Babylon. All right? What represent confusion. Because this devil will be taken out of power by Yahweh Shemal Shah, man.
Right. Yeah. This is verse 11. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved,
Right.
what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
You ought to be a man that getting it while the getting is good. You're trying to do all that you can until Yahweh Shemal Shah comes back. You always say, what do you say in the Revelation? Who I will find doing something? But this is what occupying and what prophecy.
Right.
See? So that's a whole duty of a prophet to be watching. That's what we're doing. We're on a high tower right now this week. Watching shit. And alarming what? Alarming our people, man. Or the dread day of the Lord. You know? Go ahead, put the one more thing.
Yeah, one more verse. It says, this is 2 Peter 3, verse 12, and it says, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
The water Yahweh Shemal Shah, because this is what Apostle Hart did in his year. And the hastening the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shemal Shah. You know, and so that's what we're doing. We hastening the coming. So we understand through prophecy, well, we close.
And it says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
He said it again. He ain't that many precepts down, but he said it again. They're going to what? Melt with fervent heat. Letting it be known that this what? His words are faith and truth, man. This is something that's going to happen, man. Whether you want it to happen or not, this is what's going to happen, man. America's going to go up in smoke.
Sure is. And if I can say, we're already on the precipice of it. You see the tensions, you know, everybody, Russia, China talking about something, hey, you can come get some if you want some. You know, that's basically what they're saying. You know, because the scriptures say, let the nations, let the weak say to them are strong. You know, go ahead.
Joel 3, starting verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near.
See that? Salaki. He said, let all the men of war draw near. So you see all of the countries putting all their militaries together. They putting all, they flexing their muscles, walking out with tanks, you know, new nuclear arsenals, putting it all on national TV. They letting you know, hey, we getting ready. You got it up.
Let them come up. Verse 10, beat your plowshares and the swords, and your pruning hooks and the spears.
All of your agricultural resources, all the things that you were using for farming and things of that nature, turn that stuff into weapons. This is where you're going to get that. So they're beating all of their agricultural and industrial materials into weapons of mass destruction so they can compete. These little countries tired of getting bullied, and they understand what's going on now. So the weak ones are saying we're strong, and they're saying what's up, and they coming together. What is it? The BRICS nations. The BRICS nations are coming together. Why? Because they're coming against this horde.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
God. So the weak nations are saying that we're strong, even nations like India are throwing questions out like, bro, what America, what you talking about? You ain't got it's this show called Gravitas Plus, and you know the host is talking about systemic how America, Joe Biden, and the administration are calling out systemic racism in other countries, and like India like, well, what about what you got going on? You know, you ain't got no right to say anything about what we got going on. You're not the authority. You know, you ain't above nothing, America. So the rest of the nations are starting to see this whore for what this whore is. The scriptures say Esau's skirt is being lifted. You know, so the skirt is being lifted. You said you got to read that.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly.
And you see, when this third woe come, see, and this is the thing, man. The Most High got all y'all jakes in the trick bag, because this third woe gonna come quickly. It's gonna come up on you all of a sudden. You're not gonna even realize one day. Hey, look, y'all don't understand how quickly things can change. In 2019, you wouldn't walking around with 3 years. They done changed it up 3 times. 2022 between those people. Now saying, hey, you may have to be jabbed in order to work here. Now, how long is these, and that's is the answer all the things, right? So if you need money to eat, they attack your source of income. You see? And they attack your source of income. You a woman with kids, and you know they give the woman, as me and the brothers was talking earlier, they done put this whole nation is under the Queen of Heaven vibration, and then they gave the authority to the woman. So now she convincing everybody in her household to get jabbed up so they can live a normal life. Well, guess what? It ain't going back to normal.
Yeah. See, Esau all about psychological warfare. See, like it's almost ironic that they call it the jab, because a haymaker with a jab. You set up the knockout blow with a jab, man. You know? The MOB. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Verse 5, it says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood.
Going back to the ancient time.
Yeah, it says, for every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. Like the brother said, going back to the ancient time. Was it swords, shields, hand-to-hand combat? Stone. Yeah, he was really out there battling. And wars could carry on for years.
Yeah.
You know, up until the time now, you know, Esau came with the gun, really tapped into his blessing. All right, you know what I mean? The battle tanks and grenades and shit. All right, but it says, for every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Hey, that's talking about the thermonuclear missiles. That's how World War III is going to be fought. It's not going to be a long, drawn-out war. All right, so we're in the time of it now with sanctions being placed. You know what I mean? The back and forth. Really, once the missiles drop, man, that's gonna be the end all be all of this man's whole kingdom. This whole wicked ass society that he has set up. You know? That's gonna be the war to end all wars. And then it's gonna lead right into what? The war in heaven. You know? Ultimately, because the Most High is the man of war. Alright? Esau is not hated blood, he's a bloodthirsty demon. Alright, so what his blood is gonna be shed. That's right. Scripture said, behold, my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, upon my people will curse the judgment. You got it, bro.
Yeah. Oh, you got it.
Jeremiah 50, verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Shoot against her round about. She hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her as she have done, do unto her.
We know that's talking about who? America. America is Babylon the Great, right? You go into Babylon, it stands for what? Confusion. Go back to the Hebrew word for ball. Right? So when you get through the foundation, because you say her foundations are pretty much broke down. The foundation of America was built on rape, robbery, lies, like the brother Nate. Now this man's whole system is being revealed, and him as well. You know, so that's why these other nations, they are looking at how they've been operating all this time as the tyrant in the earth, and they fed up. They're like, how you gonna tell us how to conduct our kingdoms, how to rule, and the whole whole way you got your kingdom was by rape, robbery, and murder and deceit. Here it is, you got a whole country through unjust dealings and unrighteous decrees, man. A whole nation. But you constantly flex your military might and, go into these other nations and start wars and hoard the resources, and take the spoils, man.
You gotta keep it at home.
You never keep it at home. Can't be satisfied. Yep. You had something to die?
I stand at Jeremiah 30.
Okay, come.
This is Jeremiah 30 and verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. You got it, y'all. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
Yeah.
So as I said, can you read that back one more time?
Jeremiah 30 and 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child.
See that the man travail with child. You don't see men travailing with children, man.
Right.
That's because the fear of the Lord gonna come upon these men, man.
Right. You got it. I feel it.
Yeah, the fear of the Lord gonna come on these men. Yeah, you think you're in good case right now, but just wait, man. Just wait until Esau unleashes, man. It's gonna be terror like nothing you've ever seen in human history. Like the scriptures say, it has not been, nor shall it ever shall be. You know what I'm saying? What it's gonna be like in the coming years, in the years to come in this world, man.
Yeah, Daniel. This Daniel, I believe. Let's say, I'll get it. You got it though. I'll get it. I'll go with him. I can find it.
Continuing on in Jeremiah 30 and 6. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
Right, man.
Because the judgment of the Lord, right, is upon the Lord. Says He's gonna pour His Spirit out upon the earth, man. So when people are mourning, so a woman, when she's going through a pregnancy, when that water breaks, when she's about to give birth, and she have a hand on, because of the pain. Right? And this place that we live in, Babylon the Great, all it does is constantly bring pain and mourning and pretty much suffering, man. And the only thing that separates us, because we suffering just like, see, 2/3 of our people have absolutely no clue why they're going through what they're going through. So they don't have the sweet part. All they got is the bitter. They got the bitter part of being in America, and they got the confusion part. We got the bitter part, but the sweet part that we have is the understanding of why, and the knowledge of the fact that we do have a way to escape.
And just to expound on the brother's point, and then you bring out the precept, is that and then as trouble comes, because that's just, we got the sweet part and y'all got the bitter, but as things progress and things get closer, y'all gonna be hit with that fear, that straight terror of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Ain't gonna know what the hell to do. We gonna know what to do. As the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. The fear of the Lord is His treasure. Yep. Because we have fear of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the Lord will put the Spirit on us, and we be at that number to know what to do. So we ain't gonna have our faces turned up. We're gonna have our faces turned to the Lord, man. You got it, huh?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going on there.
Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
Yep.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
You see that? It says, it's gonna not be a day like it.
I got that precept.
Okay, kind of bring it up.
Because we were speaking earlier about the martial out of women. Now you got the race war. You also got the famine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing that Esau gonna come down and do well, he gonna cause a reaction to it, man. See? So it's gonna be like the scripture say, a time to never before, man. You can add up if we flood the earth with water, and only say 8 souls. See, you can add up. All right, when he led us out of Egypt, all right, he rained fire and brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, even the time of going to slavery, man. You just certain events that we know about. You know what I'm saying? Through history. And man, all of them, you still ain't gonna compare to the time we live in on the face of the earth is coming. See, so you know it's gonna be a time like never before, man. That's why I say the kids gonna be like this. See? Your Kimbo Slice and, you know, your Stone Cold Steve Austin. Alright, they're gonna be like living in that thing, man.
This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
That's how bad it's going to get out here, man. That the Archangel Michael have to step in, man, intervene. You know what I'm saying? And help the elect. See, that's how bad it's going to get, man. And here it is, our people want to come and walk up and down the street, acting like they don't notice the prophets, man. See, but here it is, destruction is on the way. So-called white man finna come down, having great wrath, all right, and you still out here bullshit, man. You still want to believe in Caesar boy Jerry. You know, you still want to call yourself a Christian. You still want to be an African American. You know, after all the truth is out here, man, explosion like wildfire, here it is, you still the truth be ignorant. See, that's why the Lord got to do away with 2,000 people, man. The Lord gonna step the shit out y'all too. I gotta set that. You got it now.
It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Right, he's gonna stand for the elect, man. They ain't talking about all Israel, man. He's talking about the elect, those that believe, man. Because that's who's gonna be delivered. All right? You got the elect and 1/3 that consists of the men, women, and children that believe, man. You see, that's who the Archangel Michael gonna stand up for, man. He ain't gonna stand up for no nigga, man.
I mean, it's really...
The damn sure gonna stand up for Esau. Go ahead, Al.
And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
It's gonna cover you. You know how you throw a blanket on somebody?
Yeah.
You know you throw it like throwing a blanket over a rat. That's how much trouble it's gonna be out here, man. And a rat small as hell and a cover big as hell. That's how much trouble on every side. See, it ain't gonna be no way to say that he escaped from a bear and a lion battle. Yeah. You know, you got that? Yeah. I'll bring it out real quick.
This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18 and 19. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. Yep. To what end is it for you?
That's Christianity right there. They desire the day of the Lord, man. They want this society to continue on. But guess what? It's not. All right? You have about somebody shopping to put an end to it, man. And it started with the prophets. Go ahead, now.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him.
Right. So you escaped the famine. You know what I'm saying? The Lord allowed you to escape the famine. Go ahead.
Or went into the house and laid his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
You escaped the famine, and you made it to the martial law. You made it to the FEMA camp. You made it to the hour of temptation. But guess what? Your But either way, you still did not escape. Your judgment was ultimate dismissal. And the Lord didn't get you in martial law. He didn't get you in a race ride. He didn't get you with a lion, turn your neck off. He saved you for the missiles.
Yeah. It means he has that much wrath and hatred towards you, you know? Because, hey, you can escape those things, okay, famine, or you may come across a bunker of food, Gerger troops, you may be able to escape them. All right, you know what I mean, the militias and things like that, you may be able to escape all that shit. All right, but it's going to take divine intervention, all right, to deliver you from them missiles. All right? You know, escaping the missiles, man. At least you're part of the elect.
Yeah.
Hey, what the scripture say? It's like you got it.
You got it. You probably going to say the same thing through spirit. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you can't escape the besom of destruction, man. You know, that sweeping broom that just is all consuming, you ain't getting away from that.
You go back on what you
this back in Daniel 12, I'm gonna finish it off. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as there shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Now I'm gonna jump down. Verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
That's beautiful, man. See, the wicked, the way say, what that is, 2 Kings, the 16th chapter? It speaks about with all this, they still gonna continue to do wicked. That's the two things our people add Esau, man. You know how Jake said, shit, I gotta get it even more now. I ain't got no job, my baby crying, my baby need this, my dad getting on my nerves. Shit, Jake finna get extra grind. You know what I'm saying? Instead of coming back and getting on the how about see the difference between 2/3 and the elect? Those that gonna believe on you how about you outside, put their trust in them. Okay, shit, okay, of course I ain't 8 in a week. But I ain't starved. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because that's why the Lord said, that's why the Lord telling us to what? Fast. He's prepping us for this, man. You got it all.
Because that was you know, something that I've been trying to incorporate, like 2 and 3 days fast, man. You know, just and I just came off of one, you know, and it's to train my body. You know, one, it's good, it cleanses you, you know, it gives your organs an opportunity to rest. And secondly, it gives you accustomed to feeling hunger, man. You know? Because just because you're hungry don't mean you're gonna die. Right. You know? It don't a lot of us got a lot of extra carbs stored up anyway, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because
And if I can say too, even like Apostle Ariana said, you know, when you go on those fasts, it gives your digestive system a break. Yeah. So, like brother said, it's good for your spirit. So, of course, you know, help you focus in the spirit. And but it's also good for your body too. It helps your body to heal. That's right.
But you see how it's trying to prepping his elect? Yeah. You're giving us the cheat code. It's a lie. You know? Because there's plenty of times, just like Daniel in the lion's den. He didn't eat every day. You know? But guess what? The Lord fed him. They're going to with your daily bread. But what's going to really feed you? Knowledge of wisdom and understanding. So when that was Yahushua had told Satan, you know? Well, you know when he brought him on the mountain. Every word. You know, we got plenty of testimonies of that. Brothers hungry, so we get in the word, brother ain't hungry no more. But show me get down with the lesson or whatever, right back, stomach down and everything, you know? And you being fed, man, food for thought.
You can go a day, 2 days, let's say 3-day dry fast. You know, you can go there without food and drink, man, but you shouldn't be able to go a day without the living waters and the bread of life, man. You get it in one way, where it's reading, you know, praying, watching the video, sending out an epistle, which is a lesson. Right. Something to feed your spirit every day. If not, you don't feel right. Like I said about the wicked, they sleep not unless they do a mischief. Proverbs the 4th chapter, we can't sleep. Our mind ain't right. You be feeling all off. Until you do something for the Lord. Really, you do it for yourself. Your own spirit's benefiting you.
Feel filthy. That's why the scriptures say our righteousness is filthy rags.
I talked about you put on the chat a minute ago about the pastor. They try to do that 4-day fast.
We try to one up on the Lord. You know, try and the scriptures say, don't tempt you. Don't tempt.
We try to do a 4-day fast. Boy, out of here in a week.
You're not even in the right spirit to do it.
You're not even in the right time. Because, like, if the apostles went into it, it gave me a whole other insight on it. You got to think. Like, this world ain't pure like it was back then. You eating GMOs, the air is polluted, you know. So, like, men could fast longer back then than men. Like, it's not even possible to go on the fast that men went on back then. You know, like, certain ones, like, bro, our bodies ain't made out of the same shit. And to tell you that in Second Ezra, it's like, the more the time goes on, the age goes on, the less stature of man will be. You know, and that was in Ezra's in his time. It was like the stature of men of now are less than the man before him, and then the man that's gonna come after him are gonna be even a lesser stature. You just think everything's so much better at the time. You think technology advanced. You think you listen to the sports, oh, the athletes are bigger, stronger, faster. Nah, that's fucking illusion, man. The game is weaker. The rules have been watered down. You know what I'm saying? You really look. I'm like, man, these like, you just look at, for example, in the NBA, all the superstars this year got hurt. You know, and you think like y'all don't even play at the same intensity level as the guys back in the 80s. Like when you went to the hole back in the day, you get your ass knocked out the air. You getting up. I saw
and everything.
I forgot it was a highlight of somebody, man. Bill Laimbeer. You know the bad boys, man. They would meet your ass in the air with an elbow. You come through the air talking about, you know what I'm saying, dunking off. You know, these jakes be getting hurt just off their own body weight. They might jump up in the air and nobody even touch them, come down ACL. You know, man, these bodies ain't made out of shit, man. We don't stand a chance without a strong spirit. You know, fighting against when Esau come with his wrath, like the brother was talking about, we don't stand a chance, man, without the spirit of power, Yahweh, man. You talking about fighting, you gotta outsmart this man. You know, you gotta outwit this devil, man. You know,
I don't know how you're gonna be able to do
it's the only way you're gonna be able to do it. I know Salaki, I got a little fired up, bro.
I mean, good, dog. That's on point. You gotta go ahead. Now, look on.
Oh, no, I got something else.
I had a quick one just to back you up.
Okay.
Real quick, brother Sean. It's Proverbs chapter 18 and 14. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity. Woo! But a wounded spirit, who can bear it? The spirit within the man will sustain his infirmity.
That's right.
All right, it's the fight that the Lord has put within us.
That's right.
And like we was watching the game last week, I think it was like game 7. Yeah. It was in the 8. It was like, man, put our spirit within their body, man. We'll be going. We will be going, you know?
Because you got to think of what, especially because what our spirits are built to fight for is the Lord.
It's the Lord, yeah.
Because when you think about the Lord, the spirit in him was to fight for us. So you got to understand, for him to even bear everything that he had to go through, you know, the bees, the spitting, and, you know, Jake was slandering them. You know, he's checked like we gonna have to suffer in that type of heat where everybody outside is gonna be against us pretty much, man. You know, we ain't gonna get the physical. You know, Lord will. We're not gonna get the physical because nobody can even come any close to bearing what Yahweh Shai had to bear physically for us, man. You know, but we gonna, like the Lord said, we're gonna do greater things than him. So we are gonna suffer, and you know, brothers might have broken legs and limbs and have to make it. You know how Jake, you'll see Jake dislocate his shoulder, just pop it back in joint, keep going. But some Jakes, some people don't got that spirit. Like they'll die. Your hand broke. That thing still got feet, nigga. Keep going.
But the scripture saying, wounded spirit, who can bear it?
Who can bear it?
It also made me think about Hebrews 4 and 12.
That's right.
You know what the word of the Lord does to the inward man.
That's right.
You know?
Wounded spirit, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Ain't no bouncing back from that. You see Jake just out here defeated too.
That's right.
Jake just out here defeated, man. No life to him.
It's crazy because this is one of the more peaceful weekends we've had in a long time. Ain't even a lot of commotion, no motorcycles. Jake ain't riding by bumping loud ass music. They call out, you know, y'all about shooting out the shop, man.
You see one old ass jet on the motorcycle.
Man.
This is Romans chapter 8, and I'm going to start at verse 22. No, I'm going to start at verse 21. It says, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. For we know that
the bondage of corruption is these bodies.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to put off corruption and put on incorruption. All right, we're going to go from being mortal to immortal. All right, we're going to return back to our natural state. Like the brother was saying, over the ages, man, it's become decrease. All right, but the Lord's building our spirit up back to his original state. He's going to give us that glorious body too.
An upgrade.
Yeah, an upgrade. But it starts with the mind first. Yep. It starts with this.
Yep.
Read it again from the top of 21.
This is Romans chapter 8, verse 21, and it says, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
To the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. That's what we're going to be transforming to in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye.
Yeah.
All right? And then it's going to be game time then. It's going to be on. All right?
That's when that everlasting run gonna start.
Yep.
So you know how they compare life to the sports. Life is a game of runs.
Yeah.
You have your ups, you have your downs. But when we get them incorruptible crowns, ain't gonna be no more downs. It's just up and up.
No more droughts.
The never ending run.
Yep.
You know?
Just like a quote today, it's up.
Yeah.
When people start saying it now, it's up.
It's up.
They doing good in life. It's up.
Yeah.
It's up from here.
Yeah, what's up? It's up.
It's up from here. It's up from here, man. Only up. First, we just gotta go through this though.
He said, well, I light affliction, but for a moment. You know what I'm saying? But it can't compare to what the Lord has in store for us.
It said working for us a far more exceeding and eternal glory. Eternal, like the brother said, forever. And Jake can't wrap their mind around that. You know, you gotta have that inner vision to see that, man, to live forever.
Yeah.
With no flaw, coming inside of the Lord, gonna be young forever.
It sound like a fairy tale to you.
Yes, it sounds like.
But they believe it's an hell, though.
Yeah, they believe it was an actual snake.
Right, with an apple.
Yeah, they believe that the devil was up there.
It had war in heaven.
Yeah, war in heaven.
War
He got
to
cast down to the
cast
earth.
out.
But that's how you know it wasn't given unto them to believe. See that? Because they can believe in something like that, but we can't believe. That's why I say, what they precept? It's about a spiritual, a natural man can
Receiving not the things of the spirit because they are spiritually discerned.
Yeah,
Yep.
They can believe everything Esau tells them, but they can't believe none of the prophets tell them.
Right.
Yeah.
And the things the prophets say come to pass.
Exactly. The thing Esau said, it should never come to pass. Right.
This is verse 22, and it says, "For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travail in pain together until now."
Yeah, under the rulership of the so-called white man. Is that Proverbs 29:2? When the righteous are the daughter and the people rejoice, when the wicked are full, the people mourn. Yeah, even the earth itself is in a state of mourning. The animals are in a state of mourning. All under the rulership of the so-called white man.
Hey, Elder Malcolm a lot talks about the condition of the trees around the earth.
Yep.
Like the trees are dying, man. I know I got 2 trees in my yard that died. You know, just I'm like just out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And you think about the Lord when he actually send more plagues through the locusts and the bugs. You know, because I think they say it's this year. I think they said this year it's supposed to be cicada. You know, the cicada season. You know, and those bugs, I think they like eat vegetation too. But you know, you had the locusts. Was that last year? You know, hey man,
Let me tell you how this devil works. I had ordered some gloves at work. Man, I ain't had no gloves I know for a month. And he told me yesterday, he was like, not yesterday, but Friday, he told me the reason why they don't have no gloves because the glove is made out of cow skin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wear the gloves made out of cow skin. They just die.
so it's a lack of cows.
Yeah, he told me, he's like, when the pandemic happened, the restaurants, everything was closing down. So they had all the animals they was breeding.
They had to kill them.
They had to kill them.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. It's a term for it.
Yeah, I forgot what he had, what he named it too.
Yeah.
But look at the devil though. Instead of just keeping the animals, he killed the motherfuckers.
Well, the thing about it, the reason why they had to do that is because them farmers, they have to tend to the livestock. So it's like they have to have people that pay to take care of those livestock.
Why not store it up?
And if it's not going out and bringing in revenue, you know, they kind of forced to have to put them down and take as much as they can for themselves.
And then he said, from that right, he said then they got the new ones, they had to breed for a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what's really going on right now. But that's the devil though.
And see, it takes a lot to run a farm. Like you got livestock. Like the more livestock you got, it's manpower to tend to the livestock. So if you think about when the meat plants, you had a wave of the CV-19 came through there and the plants had to shut down. So their meat wasn't getting, you know, sent to the meat house to be processed.
So imagine this time when the C-19 get worse.
Yeah, because they already talking about
gonna die. You know what I mean?
they already talking about another strand mutations. You know, so we know what they doing. You know, it's all they'll manipulate. But see, on top of what they're doing, the Lord gonna send real plagues. See, and this shit gonna be way out of their control. Cause see now, they controlling this shit. This is called a pandemic. But see, what they not planning for is the real pandemic. Shit is gonna come that the Lord gonna send. He said, I got spirits created for vengeance. He ain't really unleashed them yet, man. You know?
Shit gonna totally spiral out of control. You talking about fucking losing.
Yeah. Yeah. While he creating chaos to try to implement his own new world order. There's
The hybrid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Breed and human with animals.
Yeah.
They got a whole
Celebrity meat.
He got a whole TV show. What's the TV show called? Sweet Tooth, man.
That's my shit.
You can't tell me that shit ain't real, man.
And they do it in their basements. You know what I'm saying? Like you got these.
So-called laboratory or whatever. Yep. Remember, Charles probably put that in the chat about the hybrid
meat.
Yeah. Then, they came back out and said that was false. Now you got movies. Really, because everything is here in plain sight. He'll let you know, but then come back and try to make it
Cover it up.
not true.
He try to cover his tracks.
But it's true the whole time. But he's the devil, so we gotta put it out there.
Right. Got something?
This is one more precept on
Yeah, one more.
that. This is the point right here. This is verse 23, and it says, this is Romans 8 and 23, and it says, and not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even with ourselves grown within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
So you got a certain type of spirit men out there who's actually waiting to get the hell up out of these bodies and be delivered from this bondage that we in, man. This damn hellhole we in, man. The valley of the shadow of death, man. You know?
That's right.
Everywhere you go, it's death. Like I say, death is at the door, man. You know? But people don't have any idea what it means to live life righteously. You know? And people, like I say, the scripture talk about in Romans the 10th chapter, they go on to establish their own righteousness, not after the Most High's righteousness. Man. And you know, a lot of it comes ultimately from Esau Edom. You know, the majority of it comes from Esau Edom. You know,
It takes his counsel from Satan.
that's right.
It's like a
This is Romans chapter 8, verse 24, and it says, for we are saved by hope.
Yeah, man. So even with that, like brother's going into, as far as suffering, you know what I'm saying, understanding the time and the nature of how we ought to be. Hey man, we in a time and position of suffering, man.
Yeah.
You know, because our people, whether they know it or not, so-called Negro Native Americans, this is their greatest captivity, man. You know?
God. And it says, but hope that is seen is not hope.
See, but even with that, the spiritual man judges all things, man. So I'm saying, read that again for that last part.
God, it says, but hope that is seen is not hope.
So if we sit here and, you know, you got faith on deliverance, and here it is, as soon as you come to understand that Yahweh shall become a deliverer and savior, and it just happened, that ain't real hope. That ain't real faith. We have to, it's a process, man. You know what I'm saying? The elect are going through a purification process, which is happening over time, man. You know what I'm saying? Which, like I said, this is to add to verse speaking on suffering. You know what I'm saying? Not falling to the way of the world. You know what I'm saying? Using the world, but not abusing the world. Hey, man, continue to turn towards and give your life towards Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and just become a faithful servant, man. You know? Go ahead, brother.
God, it says, for what a man seeth, why do we hope for? But this is verse 25, but if we hope for that we see not, then do what with patience wait for it.
Prophecy. At the end of the day, the elect will be saved through what? Through the spirit of prophecy, which is a testimony of our Lord, Yahweh Shah. Which is what? Goes to salvation, chariots, Jacob's trouble. You see what I'm saying? Like brother said, uproars of the people. Women being ravished, man. You see what I'm saying? When all hell break loose,
Like the script we have with got there in Jeremiah 30. A man in travail.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Because the pain of what he's having to see, having to experience, and that, oh shit. Damn, I can't go to Esau Edom to get a check no more.
Yeah.
Damn, ain't no food out here no more, ain't no water. Like the brother said. You know, my kids and woman is on my ass, like they hungry. You know what I'm saying? They ribs is touching, man. They stomach touching their back.
Hey, that's the worst feeling, that feeling of hopelessness.
Yeah.
That'll make your spirit groan, like, man, I don't know what to do. Especially in a time of great terror and great tribulation. You know?
Like,
This what happened to Esau though.
You got it.
Esau didn't have no faith. He didn't have no faith on that. You know, that's why he sold his birthright. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted it right there. And this is the side that Esau pushed the same vibration. You know, that's why he got a lot of restaurants, man. Everything is like in your hands, man.
Yeah, fast,
You know?
fast.
Right. No, you supposed to, treat it like the old ancient time, man. You have to cook your food.
Yeah, it's better when it's prepared that way, because it's more appreciated.
Yeah.
You know.
This is Romans chapter 8, verse 25. I'm sorry, it's like in verse 26. It says, likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities.
So even like the brother's going to infirmity, he's going to, like brother said, as far as fasting. You know what I'm saying? And how not only that helps to feed the spirit. Because the biggest infirmity that we have, that we in these chains of darkness, man. That we know and trust and believe that the law, statutes, and commandments that Yahweh Shai has given us as the people is the best way to live. And through these chains of darkness, we can't live up to that standard. That's the greatest infirmity. The spiritual infirmity. The body just falls because our spirits is weak, man. The demons is hanging on to us.
And it says, for we know that we should pray for what we for we know not what we should pray for as we ought.
Man, Yahweh Shai put a spirit in his people that is just so inherently upright that the spirit sends up prayer supplications for us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We think that we signed and crying, for all the abominations in the midst of, and, we trying our best to catch our hell. But the whole time, the Most High is hearing messages from our spirit, that we can't even process.
Words.
You see what I'm saying? It's like a dog whistle.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That message going out, it's going out. We don't even know it.
Yep.
The Most High the Most High is a jealous power, man. Yep. The Most High wants us so bad that he's programmed my spirit to cry out to him that we ain't even got to work for it, bro. That's how bad the power that we serve is, man.
Show you how sophisticated and far advanced that our spirit is. And that's what Esau, he want to try to understand how to, that's his whole thing. He want to tap into how the spirit works. That's a whole part of him trying to put the mob in. So he can monitor your spirit, download different shit into you. You know what I'm saying? He want to get the God gene.
What does Revelation 14? I mean, not Revelation 14, but Isaiah 14 chapter. It says, I sit on the throne against the Most High.
He can't get it though. They say set his bounds that he cannot pass. Matter of fact, bro, can you read it on down? You break because that's a good chapter right there.
It says, but the Spirit itself maketh intercessions for us with groanings that cannot be uttered.
It's certain things, our spirit is in such pain that our mouth can't even make the words to say it, man. Go ahead.
Continuing on, verse 27, it says, and he that searches the hearts knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit.
Even King David said that. Asked the Most High to try his ways and try the reins of his heart. Hey, what am I doing? Help me understand how you made and fashioned me so I can be a better servant to you. That's a man of understanding, man.
That Proverbs 20, 24? Proverbs 24 and 20?
You can get that.
Man,
24 and
20. I grab it real quick.
Get that real quick, bro.
It's Proverbs. It's Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord Jehovah. How can a man then understand his own way?
And really, the one answer to that question is by embracing the chastity of the Lord.
That's right.
scriptures say who the Most High loves, he chastens his sons. And that chastisement goes into what? Correction. You see what I'm saying? Here it is. Here's the path. You know, the more you read and like brother say, invest your time and spirit into getting the understanding of the scriptures, the more you're gonna know how to be. But when to whom much is given, much is required. When you're not doing what the Most High has put in your spirit to understand, and you're not walking in that level of wisdom, that means the standard of what's been given to you, you gotta get that whip, man. You gotta get the belt. No.
Hey, this Jeremiah 10:23. Oh Lord Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps.
See, even with that, like as Yahweh was working with the giving particular men, you know, spiritual insights, they were inquiring of the Lord as well, man, to understand more, you know, not only about within themselves and how they can be better servants, also for their people. You know what I'm saying? Understanding why are we in this condition? You know what I'm saying? Asking, you know, here it is, the Most High put a spirit in particular men and particular prophets and servants to go tell his people certain things. It's like, you telling me to tell them this, they're not even listening to what you telling me to tell them. Like, you know? Alive a prophet, man. You a messenger, you an angel, you a messenger, man. You have a message to deliver. Let's get your ass out there and deliver that damn message.
Hey, if I can say real quick, and ain't nobody standing out here, you know, like we prophesying to the wind. That shows you that brothers got that zeal to come out here and do this work, man. No matter if they're here for bear, we here.
Go on that, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
In Psalm 119, in verse 132 and verse 133, it says, Look thou upon me and be merciful unto me, as thou usest to do unto those that love thy name. Verse 133 says, Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me.
That show you that the Lord got the angels looking out for us. You know, just like what the brother Gadai was breaking down, like our spirit pretty much be praying to the Lord without us even knowing it. You know? Because ultimately, the spirit is of the Lord. You know? So it knows what you need more than you.
And he said that.
Right. And this is how we figure out what our spirit needs is through reading the scriptures. You know? But if you got that excellent spirit of the elect, hey, everything, even up until before we came into the truth, was our spirit making intercession to us to get to this point. You know?
Foundation of the earth. We all had, like you said, we all had that build up. You know what I'm saying? The Lord just built us up to this point. Okay, yeah, that's good. You know what I'm saying? But at first, we weren't. So we had to build up from our amount of time, but we had to go through certain situations, certain trials, situations, before we had that. See, everything working what? His faith. So his spirit.
This is verse 28. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And it says, and we know that all things work together for them. All things that work together for good to them that loveth Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
And I was like, the brother says exactly to the word line out of my mouth. That's like knowing the spirit. One body, one call, one spirit. One baptism. You know? We got to get from the top.
God. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And it says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
But only the elect know that. The 2/3, they don't know this. They think that America's gonna go on forever. They think that Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, maybe DJ Trump is gonna, you know, make America great again or build back better. No. Not understanding the time and seasons that America is on a rapid decline, man. This place is being cast down as lightning, man.
And the scriptures say that deadly wound was not healed, man. Babylon ain't coming back.
They hope so bad, though.
They do.
Yeah, brother, we got a quick one real quick. Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not attained that which he's seeking for.
That's why they in all these places we live in. You know, and all these other practices and studies of the gods, man. Because they know it's in their spirit to worship. But they don't know who to worship. You Because it's only given up to the elect to worship the true power of Yahweh Shema Shah.
Romans 10:2, I bear a record that they have a zeal and not a power, not according to knowledge.
Yeah, on point now. That's on point.
Yeah, and a part of the snare that the Most High put before the undesirables of his people is that the prophet is regular average man.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like they look at us. You know, Lord willing, the Most High keep the spirit on us to keep continuing this. And Lord willing, we endure to the end. Then we got to be the prophets, man.
That's right.
You know, Lord willing. You know, at the end of the day, it's going to manifest in the end. The Most High chosen to do His work beforehand, and we guys not. You see what I'm saying? But these people, they can't recognize what's going on before. You know, just hypothetically speaking, if we're not the prophets, the spirit of prophecy has been lifted upon the earth, but the prophets are on the earth prophesying. Man. So if it ain't us, then who is it? Because at the end of the day, you better be putting your treasures up in heaven somewhere. Right.
Yeah, it sound like the other camp. It sound like the Moors. It sound like the out of the country community. It ain't them. So it's gotta be who? Us. Start with them apostles, man.
But the election they have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
See, the rest was blind.
Like Israelite brothers.
I keep going with you. That was it. Yeah, but he said the what? The rest was blind. That's why we out there to what? The fish gonna be elect. Why he said, what y'all was trying to tell us on those are commandments? He said, go on the highways and the hedges and beg them what to the marriage that they have to be filled. If we not going to be joined back to the Heavenly Father, you know, so that's what time we're in, man.
I wanted to get this, brother mentioned how people look at the men of the Lord, you know, like they're nobodies. Which said it goes into that, you know, how is he numbered among the saints? How Shai said, what came you out to see? I want to get this.
You got wisdom of Solomon?
No, Sirach 13 and 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue and look. When he saith, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
Yep. Yeah, going to showing that most people don't have a spiritual sight. They can't see things in the spirit. They can only see and receive things carnal. That's why they have to receive that MOB. They can't receive, their vessels have to be created to receive that of the spirit.
And it's beautiful, right? Because just as it's a mark for the flesh, it's a mark for the spirit. It's just you got Revelation 13 and 16, you got Ezekiel 9 and 4, you got Jeremiah 31, you got Hebrews 8, right? Because that's really what the spiritual mark is. The Lord put the law, statutes, and commandments in our inward part. See, that's the spiritual chip. But Esau can't receive it, you know? I got a precept too, bro. Got a fact. Oh, you go ahead, bro. Finish yours. I got one. Oh, that was it? Okay. All right, this John 14 and 16. I've been bringing this out a lot, man. John 14, I'm starting at 15. It says, if you love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but you know him, for he dwelleth with you, and shall be in you. So then he's talking about who? Yahweh Shai, right? Which the comforter is the spirit of Yahweh Shai. The spirit of truth is the comforter. Because you go to John 16:3 and say what?
The spirit that quickens
That's probably nothing. They are spirit and they are truth, man. That's how you know that mark is really his words, his laws, statutes, and commandments. You know? That the law, that what is going to give us from judgment is ultimately his laws, statutes, and commandments.
You signed the Quran because you see everything is going against the law, statutes, and commandments. Sign the Quran of all
abominations to be done in the house. Yeah. Yep.
But like I said, we're in the midst of this sick right now, man.
Yep.
This whole society. This whole fucking world, man.
Hey, what the scriptures tell you that Babylon is the mother of harlots and abominations. You know, so it's an actual place where the abominations are being done, where we are in the midst of. You know.
Well, this is the spearhead of Esau's wickedness.
Yeah.
America. Better known as, the course of the scriptures, known as Babylon the Great. And it controls the vibration of the whole earth, man. They say Babylon has been the golden cup in the Lord's hand. You know? Now they mad? And right here he is, right in the midst of this place. We have to behold all this shit, all this wickedness. Well, it's going to be a beautiful day, man. You know, how about the South, we get beamed up to the chariots and we see these people reward. Or we receive our reward, or we see them get their reward, man. Yeah. You know, which is what? Fire.
Just to finish up this Jeremiah, Romans chapter 8, verse 28. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 28, and we know that all things work together for the good of them that love Yahweh Shem Yahushai, to them who are called according to his purpose.
Yeah, see, you got to, first of all, you got to love Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and you got to be called for his purpose. And really the ultimate purpose, especially for a man, is to push the gospel. See, you know what I'm saying? That makes you a servant of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know? And that gives you access to those dark sayings and those parables as well.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Both books. Babylon offers our people, man, is pure confusion. That they don't know where to start. They don't know when they're in the midst. They don't know where it ends. As long as Esau keeps that proverbial cloak in the face of our people, man, they lost in the sauce.
That's why it said he brought us out of the dark. Because when it's dark, you can't see. Like you said, you can't see when it starts, when it's wet, or where it ends. Right? Because you can't see shit.
Yeah, he's broken that new day. Yep.
You know? The Lord has given us our eyesight. You know? So now we can see. His commandments are what? As a lamp. I got one more? Verse 14?
Can you read that back?
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
You see, like that encompasses everything. There's nothing. The fear ties into the keeping. The fear ties into the keeping because the scripture says the beginning of the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You know, and what does fear make you do? Keep the commandments. Once you realize what the consequences are for breaking, like, you know, hey man, you look at the dad got rules right here. Shit, all right, he's found out to break this, man. I gotta ask what's coming. I'm not gonna do that. You know, once you realize that, you conceptualize that the Lord can reach out and touch you. You like, nah, man, I'm good here. But then what does that direct you in? That directs you into the direction of life. You know? You got it.
This is not in the world. No, God is where had no light. Y'all was shot something in that nature. The rubber prayer play, knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. That's one of them. Are you talking about Satan weakness form? Not the God of this world, not that jump, but it's something that effect. I'm trying to find.
God of this world is darkness. The light of this world is darkness or something like that.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 5 and 11.
I believe in the gospel, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's in the gospel. I'm
Find it. Yeah, this verse 14 says, for the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
You can't hide that. You know? Every man, you know, the scriptures say in the book of Revelation, behold, I come quickly, my reward is with me, to reward every man according to his work. And it also says, in the Apocrypha, says the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So you can't escape. You know, the Lord sees what you're doing, and he'll bring every single work, whether it be good or bad, and you will get rewarded to your works. 2/3 going to be rewarded to their works. The wicked going to be rewarded to their works, and the elect going to be rewarded to their works. You know, when Yahweh Shem Yahushai, when Yahweh come back, He's going to give a reward to everybody, whether it be the wicked or the righteous. You're going to get what's coming to you, and you're not going to escape it.
Precept. Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
See that? No matter where you are, the Lord and his messengers, his angels are watching. His eyes are everywhere. You're not getting away with nothing. Nothing, right? You wonder why you might see a newborn or a young girl or a young man get killed earlier on in their life. They're 10, 11 years old. There was a video that I watched. The dude just pulled up to a house and started dumping inside the house, and I think an 11-year-old boy got killed. Well, he did something to deserve that. Whether it be in this life or the previous life, he done did something to deserve that, man. And that's why the Lord sucked that, because the scriptures say, now that you bring out the precept, the scriptures say, the Lord causes, he kill and he makes the alive. He wound and he healed. The Lord do all these things, man.
It also says, whoever perished being innocent.
Yeah, I think the guy. Go ahead, bring it out.
Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent.
You see that? So, y'all jakes out here convinced that because y'all got away with it right now, that tab ain't being built up. You know, what do they do in court? Where they try to get a whole bunch of charges racked up against you.
Rico charges, something like that.
Yeah, kind. So then, when they finally get to the point to where they about to pass judgment, you ain't escaping. You got all these charges charged up against you. You got them all racked up. So when you get your judgment, you know that's what it is. So you may think that you got away with it right now, but you really didn't get away with nothing.
They got you all on camera and shit.
Yeah.
Somebody got a wire on them and everything.
For real.
They got a whole case with them and they gonna put you away for life. Well, ultimately, that's what the Lord Yahweh is doing to Esau either.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
They done build up that case so he can be exterminated.
They say his sins are reached in heaven. Did brother just say that?
Yep.
Yeah, God, that's good.
Or wherever the righteous cut off.
No, I think
So the Lord, he got the righteous back, man. As we keep going back, I'm going to re-quote it again. It said, if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments, right? So that's how we enter into life, by doing this work, trying our best to keep the commandments of Yahweh Shai in this captivity to the best that we can, you know?
that's the real love. Say, you see, it all works hand in hand. Whether we get Sirach 21 and 11, like fear and love works hand in hand. But the ultimate love is when the Heavenly Father requests of His people to abide by certain guidelines, rules, and moral principles to do it. Because essentially, when you read in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, there's a reward and there's consequences and repercussions for not keeping His word. So you're supposed to be more fearful of the result of breaking the Lord's laws than ultimately the reward of keeping it. See, because actually fear is more effective than the Lord's mercy. You see, because if He just give you everything and set it up to where you don't have no tests, like to see if you're gonna have integrity, then it's not gonna really amount to anything, you know. So it's all about the Lord setting up this way that we live now to test our integrity, right? And are you gonna fear? Are you gonna fear His words and what He say to do? Or are you gonna have His words be null and void through the power structure of men and the way they tell you?
Which every day, man, we just getting a pop quiz. Yep. Every day we getting a pop quiz. All doing what? Leading us up to that final exam, which is our interpretation. You know, are you gonna hold on? Are you gonna strive for truth unto death? Or are you gonna fold? Like that you call for in Sirach 21?
Yep.
Sirach 21 and 11 it says, he that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding thereof, and the perfection of the fear of the Lord is wisdom. Yep. He that is not wise will not be taught, but there is a wisdom which multiplieth bitterness.
Yeah.
That's the first chapter.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I mean, I can't really say it plainer with the scripture just said, man. You know?
I said, all thou get is get what?
Understand.
All thou get.
I gotta keep on reading. It says the knowledge of a wise man shall abound like a flood.
Now, that's why I say he that believeth on me, as the scripture I said, out of his mouth shall run rivers of living water. Right? That living water represents the understanding of the Lord. Right. Which is the understanding of the Lord is really infinite. And this just the beginning. Right. This is just the beginning. Because once we ultimately get to the point to where He's put this in us, it's up. Like we just talked about, it's up. It's far beyond, man. Because see, when you read in Sirach 17, it says that man was created to be immortal, but all things cannot be put in man because man is not immortal. Yeah. You see? Yep. So we have to see into immortality to even be like to get close to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole body. Yeah. Our body and it's all knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's all it is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding within the body. The reason why they say allegedly we only use 10% of the brain, because the Lord locked us down until the time of opening us up to receive the which we had 100% truth and to attain salvation at this time. But there's another level of 100% truth.
We understand that.
We understand that.
That's why they have 100%
That's why I have 100%.
Understanding that, man. You're not seeking out the things that are too hard for you.
That's right. That's right.
And what the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, the things that were given to us are ours. The secret things belong to the Most High.
He wouldn't be the Most High because everything was given.
We say there's more things that we have that men don't understand. Roughly paraphrasing, you know, this is more than enough. Jake be trying to go beyond learning these other books, these other philosophies, you know, and trying to incorporate bug out doctrines, you know. Yeah. Like this is the gap. This is what we missing. We missing the book of Jasper. We missing the book of Enoch. No, you missing what's in here. Because Ecclesiastes 12 say the making of many books. Is that Ecclesiastes 12? Yeah. You know? Weariness. None shall want her make, man.
This is Ecclesiastes 20 outside. So like this is Deuteronomy 29 and 29. It says, the secret things belongeth unto the Lord, our power, but those things which are revealed belongeth unto us and to our children forever and ever, that we may do all the works of this law.
That's our heritage.
Yeah, that was our quote right there. You know, the Lord, the things that our heritage, as the brother was saying, is the law of the Lord, man. Yeah. You know, and you see what happened when we stepped away from our heritage, man. When we stepped away from our law. Look at where we are right now.
Hey, this thing is a mystery, man. Like I say, the secrets are revealed until they serve the prophets. You know, going to the word mystery in the Greek, it say not given to ordinary mortals. Now we are just a common ordinary man, but there's a certain type of spirit. You know, like ordinary mortal men don't have the spiritual scenes, but then you put a spirit in just a common looking man that's far beyond even the understanding the foundation of how the earth was created, that there was nations, that there was classifications of men, the sons of the wicked, the sons of men and the sons of God, you know, understanding that the serpent was actually a wicked nation, you know, understanding how the spirit comes back, reincarnation. Those are mysterious things that Jake stumbled on, you know, but it said it's plain to the holy.
It was a wisdom
Good love. Yeah.
I got precept.
But then, and see the balance of, it say fear obtaineth his wisdom.
They come in a full circle.
It come in a full circle. So fear and love it's another, but you gotta have it in a balance. Yeah. Like the Lord, there's some Christians get it misconstrued. It's not all love.
That's one thing they put.
Yeah.
Love. But what the first people is.
Right.
Because if it's all love, this is deception that somehow light on that same sun through Christianity. The secret of people. Like, you know, that's a bigger thing than what the church
Well, Sunday, the same day.
This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
As his ways are plain unto the holy, Yeah, stumbling blocks into the wicked, man. That's cold, man.
What I say? The rest of that blinded.
Yup.
That's why the stumbling block is in there.
Yeah, the Lord has many stumbling blocks set up too, man. All right, to what? To get rid of the undesirable.
Yup.
That's how the word is in.
Yep.
That's a lot of the stumbling blocks for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Put on the guard.
Yeah.
What they used to say when we first got in on the block?
Where you going?
Dress somebody dress?
They like, y'all Muslim.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because, and I didn't understand that because you had different sects of Muslim I was looking into. You got the Muslims over here, the Sunni Muslims, but you do actually have the Muslims, like Abraham, they wear here like robes.
Probably like the African, they still was.
They not necessarily. They kind of like they kind of like but they don't got a border blue. Yeah.
Because he has heard of the Most High.
Yeah.
His son has heard of the Most High.
Yeah, he heard of the Most High.
Yeah.
He's son of Abraham, you know, but he's not the chosen.
He ain't the chosen.
The chosen. Right. See? But I thought you two was gonna go into how you know, Jacob get the concept of the garment confused too. Because when you go, what's that in that Numbers? We're talking about Numbers 15. The whole thing about the garment, it represents our heritage and it's a token. It's like this is a token of our. It's a token. So we say so that you may look upon and remember. You know, but you're supposed to be absorbing this into your spirit. Like if I don't got this garment on, that don't mean I done forgot that I ain't supposed to commit adultery. What?
You're supposed to be written with your word.
Right, you know.
Yeah, y'all ain't working the t-shirt.
Yeah, where your friends at? Dude, you got a company uniform. This ain't even your apparel. This is company. Actually, shit, I was coming to drop this shit off at your job. You gonna take it home and put some fruits in your pocket.
And not to mention too, we putting on spiritual garments.
That's what it is.
That's the garments we put on, spiritual garments, man. That's why the scriptures talk about being caught naked.
Yep.
You know, without your garment on. We wear spiritual garments, man.
Not understanding how you're supposed to overcome wickedness.
Right.
That's what happened with essentially with Adam and Eve. You know, when he asked them were they naked, they like that philosophy had corrupted their minds. They didn't know how to move no more. You know, see, that's all metaphorical, but that's a mystery that we understand how to, you know, through the spiritual extrapolation, how that scenario kind of went. You know, like they weren't talking about they were physically naked. You know, and it's also in Revelation too. Yep.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 1 and 2.
Yeah.
This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endures forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
My brother was saying that last night. Brother walk like we the real Illuminati, because we the Illuminati on the right hand side. So all Illuminati means is enlightened ones are bearers of the light. And when you read in Sirach 33, it tell you that the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. And in the second area, it tell you what the light of the wicked will be put out. You know, that means they're understanding their way, their philosophy, their way of living. It's going to be destroyed. This whole beast system, infrastructure, everything that they have achieved in the earth is going to be done away with because it was done by what? Deceit, pertaining to Sirach 10 and 4. You know, because of unrighteous dealings. You know,
And it's going to be destroyed in 1 hour.
1 hour.
All this shit that he done labored for and wickedness is going to be destroyed in 1 hour, man.
Is he dealing the same way he's dealing with us on the right hand side with the spirit first, and then the physical manifestation of righteousness. The same thing happening. He's destroying his spirit right now.
Yep.
He saw spirit being destroyed, and then his kingdom is going to be physically taken out. It's going to be physically taken out, man.
That's a beautiful point, bro. We're being built up.
He's going down.
And the kingdom is going to manifest.
Yep.
It's being taken down. This kingdom is going to be destroyed. Everything starts spiritually first, though.
Everything starts spiritually first.
That's how the heaven was created. Everything was spoken. That's it.
Yep. Even the elect was in the spirit.
Yeah, what that is?
Spirit first, man.
That is Isaiah 52.
Isaiah 52 and 1. Yeah. Bring that out and then
This is Isaiah chapter 52, verse 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
Right. Because what the garments represent the laws, statutes, and commandments. The precepts would say in Psalms 119, through thy precepts I get understanding. You know, it also talks about how shall a man cleanse his by the washing of the word. You know, if a brother can get it in Revelation, I'm trying to get it now, but you go ahead and get your other precept, bro.
This is Baruch chapter 5, and we start at verse 1. It says, "Put off, O Jerusalem, the garment of thy mourning and affliction, and put on the comeliness of the glories that cometh from Yahweh forever."
So what's the Lord's glory? His word. That's what he say. He put his word above his name because his word is his reputation. That his word is his glory. You know? Because what he said in Isaiah 55, my way is not your ways. It's going to prosper. My word shall not return unto me void. You know? So if his word was to go out and not accomplish what he said for it to do, then that would make him a God that he said he's not a man that he should lie, man. So what man you know that never told a lie? You know, even if he was sincere about what he was saying he was going to do, something in the being stopped him from doing.
So we always say, Lord willing.
That's why we always say, Lord willing.
We say I'll be there in 10 minutes, but it take you 12, 15, you a lie. Lord will, I'll be there about 10.
And so when the Lord say something gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And that's why he said also it's not for us to know the time or the season which the Most High put in his own power, man. Because it's gonna happen on his time. You know? Lord just give us signs to keep us, you know, spiritually in sync. That's it.
This is verse 2, Baruch chapter 5, verse 2, it says, "Cast about thee a double garment of the righteousness which cometh from Yahweh, and set at the dam on thine head of the glory of the everlasting."
Yep. The glory of the everlasting, the Lord's word would say endure forever. Did he just read that in Baruch? Did it endure forever? That's the glory, man. You know, men's words pass away. You know? They just great for a time. Like people make profound statements, you know, they do things or say things, you know, things are temporary. But what the Lord has said is done forever, man.
Right. I got the definition for the word diadem too.
Okay, go.
5:2. This from Google. It says a diadem. It says a jeweled crown or headband worn as a symbol of sovereignty. Yep. So the scripture tells us to put on a crown of righteousness. Yep. You know. It says,
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's what the Levite priest where they diadem. You know.
It says the authority or dignity symbolized by a diadem, and it says the regal headband. It says Persian, but the regal headband of kings.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay.
Kings. It say Persians, but the regal headband, so it's a crown. Like the scripture say, there's a crown stored up for us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All through Yahweh Shai. Yeah.
It said, I will give thee a crown of life.
Yep. You know, what's the death, I'll give you that kind of life.
Right.
Let no man steal like crown. We ain't going down to like the morning to with some knowledge and understanding.
That's the crown.
It's understanding.
That's the crown. And it's gonna manifest into the physical crown.
The desire of wisdom,
That's right. Right, man.
mental rule, man.
That's right.
Exodus 19th chapter.
Yeah.
Mention what? Kings and
like I say, that's just a product of our heritage. Yeah.
Take them to the form of all things. Nothing is great without us.
Right, we are the salt of the earth.
Nothing is great without us, man. You take so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics out of the earth, this place is finished, man.
God is right.
You know?
Take all the Jakes out of Babylon the Great.
Just out of America.
Yeah, out of Babylon. It's over with.
Out of your military. That's why I said this is how simple these damn Jakes is. They over here complaining about having to play on these strenuous schedules for the NBA. You know, night after night you got a game.
Yeah.
See, you know so fucking dumb. If y'all was wise, y'all just abandon that motherfucking ass. Get together. Y'all got enough money to build your own gym. Make them come to you. You see? But it says Israel a homeborn slave. Because what they gonna do if all the NBA players, all the NFL players walk away? They can, besides sabotage, be a demon, but be a demon. But you know how much revenue they gonna lose? Right. This whole thing of them opening the economy up, you gotta know it's about the circus and bread and circus, because the bread and circus bring in so much revenue, man.
But like to add to your point, man, that goes to show you that Jake bound by the curses, man. Jake, even though Jake have all that physical talent to do all those things physically, them niggas still bound by the curses. The Most High set them bound. They can't do that shit. This ain't their kingdom. They don't have the power to do that, man. You know, they still slaves. They're just high ticket slaves.
It's just high ticket slaves. Yeah.
You know, trying to do that, man. What's his name? Conan Brown?
Yeah.
Conan Brown. He started trying to do hotel on Black Bill.
But let's say they do their own thing, go try to create their own government. It's gonna be structured in the way of the so-called white man anyway.
It's gonna be in his structure.
It's gonna be built in the same way the so-called white man taught them.
Because they don't got. See, this is why they fall short.
Oh, I gotta get you.
This is why anything that you do and you try to have success behind it without Esau Edom. I mean, if you try to have success without Esau Edom directly, and you don't use the law, statutes, and commandments, it's gonna fail. You don't use the Bible, it's gonna fail, man.
Because you have to build.
Right.
Yeah, I bet you got it.
Psalm 127:1, it says, a song of decrees for Solomon. Except the Lord built the house, they labor in vain that build it. Woo! Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain.
Plain. You know, we're gonna get a few more. A brother get Jeremiah 42, and I got this here in Revelation, but was it Brother Hall or something? Did I skip over Brother Salat? Okay, this is Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
They don't even know that we see their shame, man. Their shame is out here.
Yeah, put naked out here. They don't have no shame about themselves, man. No shame.
They say,
You know, Jake, I would come, I'm going to do this. Okay. Went to that 5
and the glory of it is the 2/3 have been allotted to everlasting shame because they never put on as the Lord's elect.
Had their head down for a moment in the kingdom.
Yeah. And it's always gonna be when the elect come around. It's always gonna be you gonna know why they got that status.
Yeah. Why they got that glow?
Yeah, why they got that glow.
Yeah. Scripture said Obadiah will be saviors upon Mount Zion. Yahushua is the ultimate savior, but
The elect.
man,
Yeah.
man, the nation gonna come back through the men that put their life on the line for the Lord.
Yeah.
So we don't get no respect, no reverence now, but it's okay. Yeah. The kingdom will come, man. You know, it's gonna get ours. Yeah, so we understand that Yahushua has to be glorified first.
That's right.
We ain't looking to be glorified here. We ain't looking to be respect or reverence, because our Lord is not respected here.
Right.
No fear, no reverence towards Yahushua here.
He got to get his first.
Off top.
He's the first of the first fruits.
Yep.
Then the rest of the first fruits come in order. Even in the foundation of the earth, you know, Yahushua was first, And then you really think about the 144,000, all it was King David. Those spirits were in that order, man.
Right.
You know?
Coming right back into
Coming right back into that, man.
Yep. This,
Oh yeah, this 1 Corinthians 15 and 23. You're welcome.
blessing for that.
1 Corinthians 15 and 23. But every man in his own order. Hamashiach, the first fruits. Afterward, they that are Hamashiachs at his coming. Woo! The Most High is about order. Yep, the Lord's about order, man. Let all things be done
Decently in order, and I'm about to say, in all things, he's about order, man. Man.
Yeah, that will be done on earth as it is in heaven, in perfect order.
It is in heaven, man.
The Most High is going to establish that.
And we just know the foundation of the order, you know. But wait till every 144,000 on down gonna be in an order, and it's not just an order just for say respect. It's an order because of the spirit that's allotted over a certain aspect of the earth, the elements, particular. You see what I'm saying? In the creator of the earth, it was the whole 144,000, man. You see? Every brother has a particular talent that goes with the maintaining, the maintenance of the earth. It's just like certain components on a car. It has to go to a certain specific specialist, or certain components on the body. Like they got a foot doctor, an orthodontist. The earth is a system too. You see? And that's why you see Jake be into them zodiac signs. But they got the left hand. But it really is a spiritual aspect of it, because when you think about it, they're dealing with the earth sign, the fire sign, the waters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. That's real, man. But you know, that ain't for us to like. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get that. We're gonna get that in the kingdom. The order of keeping time. You know, just going back, like the Lord did give us that, but it's still like, because we don't like the measurement of time in this world is off. What they say a minute is 60 seconds, an hour is 60 minutes. You know, that shit off.
Yeah, man. That's Daniel 7 and 25?
Yeah.
He changed. He saw, surely he'll turn the things upside down. Everything's thrown out of the way. We don't know what year we in. We don't know how old we are.
Nope.
Yeah. Everything's jacked up here, man. Things got to be placed back in order.
Back in order. They gonna be placed back in order.
And that's for that order, man. The mind frame that you should have, man, is to be a doorkeeper. You know? Same mind King David had. Yeah. He right up under your house now. What was his mind frame? Just to be a doorkeeper.
Jake's so small-minded, they ain't comprehended how great of a role that is dedicated in heaven. You be a doorkeeper, you see everything come in and go out.
Oh, well, when they came to visit Solomon, right? What she said, she thought the doorkeeper was the king. Yeah. What's her name?
Queen Sheba.
Yeah. It was that decked out. They thought it was Solomon.
That's really a byproduct of the wisdom that Yahweh put in King Solomon. The outward appearance and the presence is just a finish of the wisdom.
It was a reflection of him. You know, his servant was like, damn, your servant decked out? Well, what you looking like? You know, it's a reflection of his majesty.
And what really made her through was when she inquired of King Solomon, and she had more spirit in her, man. It's finished, man. It's exhausted, man. Yeah.
His name was. Who was as the wise man who knows the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed.
Even with that, brothers in the spirit got certain spiritual perception that the world don't have. Like we can see inside of a certain individual and see a brightness about the spirit.
Oh, y'all brothers are coming down the street. Y'all think brothers was coming and just see y'all had an aura to y'all. Then you might have been at camp and you might just see, like, well, yeah, okay. They got that aura, that glow. You know, to be in the midst of, I can spot my brother in the midst of the crowd, you know? I can spot my bro.
Yeah. The light and dark, man. They can't coexist.
And in a time of trouble, when, you know, brothers might get divided, but you spot a brother out of the crowd, you can know exactly who it is. So that's the brother right there. And they go right into that to one. That mark. You know what I'm saying? You're man, for our hell brothers, man, hey man, it's gonna be, you know, a trying time, but it's gonna be a rewarding time as well, man. Because how about you now and Shai will not forget our works and labors of love. And there's also promises to his servants in those times as well. Isaiah 65. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 42 and verse 16. It says, "Then it shall come to pass
America is modern day Egypt, spiritually Egypt. You know, Egypt is the code name for America today. You know, go ahead.
whereof you were afraid shall follow close after you there in Egypt, and there you shall die."
Right. It say ultimately the sword that you fear, because you didn't fear the sword of the Lord, you feared the sword of man. You feared the beast. You worship the beast. You feared him. So that's what's going to destroy you, man. You got it, boy.
Jeremiah 42 and 17. "So shall it come with all the men that set their faces to go into Egypt to sojourn there. They shall die by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence, and none of them shall remain or escape from the evil that I will bring upon them."
See? Let's talk about 2/3 of our people, man. Just like in ancient Egypt, you know? They didn't escape. But the Lord was taking us through that hell to weed them out.
Yeah.
Those that were not worthy, man. See? It's a certain, like we all gonna have to go through it, along with the rest of the world, but it's gonna be a spirit in us, right? The scripture you read about who can bear a wounded spirit, who can bear it? The elect. Let's say real quick, go to Matthew 24, go to Matthew 24, 12 and 13. Right?
Matthew 24, 12. Matthew 24 and 12, and it says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved."
That's what you see. It ain't no love out here, man. You know, everywhere you turn, it's straight violence. You know, we say for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth, man, and that's gonna continue to go on amongst the wicked. But guess what? The house of David gonna wax stronger and stronger. The rest is gonna get weaker. You know what I'm saying? Let's say, damn, it escaped. Wax worse and worse. You know, yeah, it's gonna wax worse and worse. You know, our people, man, just wait. Like, it's finna get real wild out here with our people, man. You know, but they bugged out of their mind. They don't know. Like, the more that Esau comes with his legislations and he comes with his unrighteous decrees, everything that he does, like everything stirs their mind up in the wrong direction. Juneteenth, man, that shit's done, man. That shit been played out, you know. So he thinking that everything's gonna work out good for him, but really he about to be destroyed, man. Yeah, because his fear is towards men, towards the sons of wicked, towards the Esau Edom, man. You don't fear the Most High. You got it, bro. Was it more? Okay. Yeah, 2 Corinthians. Okay.
2 Corinthians 4, verse 17. "For a light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory."
All right, now go to Job 9 and 22 and 23.
Job 9 and
22.
This is Job 9 and 22. "This is one thing, therefore I said it. He destroyed the perfect and the wicked."
But he said, what? Our light affliction is but for a moment. He said the wicked shall perish like his own dung. You're gonna keep being destroyed. And then you're gonna come out of America's destruction into the kingdom in chains, and you're gonna be getting destroyed for 1,000 more years. You know? Come on, man. Go ahead, bro.
Job 9:23. If the sword slay suddenly,
Right, the scourge is affliction, the whip, you know, the famine, the sword, and we be out here and we be starving, right? And we be out here, and the Lord said we gonna eat. But the thing is, it ain't gonna be how we eat now. It's gonna be a thing of, we're gonna have an excellent spirit to know how to go 2 to 3 days, 4 days, 5 days without solid food, living on just liquid, you know, understanding that it's things out here lawful for us to eat. There's a nature, the different talents the brother has with the herbs and, you know what I'm saying, knowing how to use nature to heal. That's how we're going to be able to move. That's our wisdom. You got it, bro.
I'm reading from the top. This is Job 9:23. If the sword slay suddenly, he will laugh at the trial of the innocent.
Hey, he going to laugh at the trial of the innocent. That's the elect, man. You know? Because he made us subject to go off. There's no control over, you know, us being of the elect or not. We just prisoners of hope. But if we are, the Lord, like, it's just like you whoop your son ass, you know what I'm saying? You know you messed up, right? You gotta sit down and laugh about it. And that's what it is. The Lord's just like, okay, I'm gonna get on y'all head for a minute, right? But it's gonna seem like it's forever. And that's how a child feels when you feel like you ain't gonna never stop whooping my ass.
You whoop his ass. Say you whoop his ass, he's gonna be sad, but they gonna come right back up under you.
Come right back up under you.
Come right back up under you.
Because he know he was wrong,
Yep.
you know, and he really want to please you.
Yep.
You know?
You know when you get that ass talk off, you get down, get a whooping, it still hurt.
Yeah, it still hurt.
That's the right now. Get our ass
Yeah, it still hurt.
Yeah, no chastisement is joyous at the moment.
This is Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chastise him bedtime.
It said B time too, which means early.
Yeah.
See, we big book cliche.
Yeah.
The Lord finna bring judgment.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord finna bring severe judgment. And the Lord said, we got corrected early.
Yep. Somebody want young men.
Yep.
Yep. Is they easier to train?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't put what new wines to
Old
old
wives.
wives.
Go ahead, Rocky.
Yeah, 18. We'll close it there.
2 Corinthians 4:18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
That's what we're looking for, man. The eternal kingdom. You know, immortality.
What they say, that's limitation. You know, we see consider that, because we see one.
Here we have no continuous city, but we see one to come. Yeah.
And so with that, I hope you brothers edified. Once again, we give all honor and glory and power to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
I want to say double honor to our elders, our great apostles, great millstone, who will teach well, being a great example of Israel, man, the elect. Peace and blessings, I hope they live on the four corners, peace and the truth and sincerely. That great song, next time, here's talking about.
Abba! Abba out of Wamyam! Abba out of Yamyam!
About a yum yum.
How about Shabbat Shalom?
Shalom.